Hey, Nora.
Hello, Dad.
What are we going to talk about this week?
We're going to talk about high school jobs.
Welcome back to the Norah and Dad show. I am Dad, as always, and I am here with Nora.
Hi.
Hello, Nora. How are you this week?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing well. So we've been off for a couple of weeks. We had, I don't know what we had. We had illness, like sickness in the house and just other stuff. But we're back. Busy week this week. We're going to talk about high school jobs because you started your first ever, like, real paying job ever this past week. But before we talk about that, I just wanted to say congratulations on your National Honor Society induction. That's really exciting for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I got to go to school on Friday and watch your induction ceremony. Very, very, very proud of you. I hope you're proud of yourself.
I am. I didn't really realize it was that big of a deal until you told me it was.
I think it's a big deal. I was in National Honor Society in high school, but my high school certainly didn't take it as seriously as yours seems to take it. Hopefully, I think given how you started this semester back in January, the rough start to the semester that you had, I hope that you appreciate kind of what you overcame and the accomplishment it was to get to kind of where you are.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I just hope that you are proud of yourself and appreciate the huge accomplishment it is, and especially given kind of what you went through this school year to maintain the high level of scholastic excellence is really, really impressive. And I just can't tell you how proud we are of you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. So the other big news this week was you did start your first ever paying. You've been paid for gigs as a musician, but this is an actual regular, you're going to get to go to work on a regular schedule and get a paycheck and earn money.
Isn't that exciting?
It's really exciting. Why don't you tell everyone where you're working?
The old wine cellar in Olmsted Falls.
The old wine cellar in Olmsted Falls, Ohio happens to be Mom and my favorite place on earth. So that is a nice collateral side benefit for us that when we pick you up at work, we get to go in and talk to our friends and have a glass of wine or two and hang, which is good for us. But for those that are from the Cleveland area, or maybe one day we'll be passing through the Cleveland area, I can't more highly recommend the old wine cellar. And I'm really happy that you're working there. So you're running the wine tastings, you're selecting the wines, what are you doing there?
No. I can't do anything with the alcohol, so.
Oh, because you're too young. So you're chopping all the vegetables and you're preparing all that stuff back in the kitchen?
Not until next month.
Because you're not 16 yet.
I can do cheese boards and olives and Brussels sprouts, and that's all I can do cooking-wise.
Cooking-wise, but then you're waiting tables and you're bussing tables and you're
cleaning bird poop off of tables.
That sounds like fun.
It was not the most pleasant experience.
So, Mom and I were in there, 2 weekends ago now, or last weekend, for wine tasting, and there was a help wanted sign hanging on the door, and you've been talking about wanting to get a job for the summer. And so, we're friends. Friends with the owners because we've been in there. We've developed a friendship just from going in there so much over the years. But so we said, hey, it looks like you're hiring. What are you hiring for? And he said, yeah, we're hiring for kind of general help. Like I said, bussing tables and serving food and help in the kitchen and whatnot. And I said, would you maybe want to hire Nora because she's looking for a job? And he said, bring her in. Absolutely. So that's what we did. You had what I would call the world's shortest job interview. What kind of questions were you asked on the job interview?
I don't think I was asked any questions.
Other than when can you start?
Yeah.
They've known you for a while too. They know you through us, but you've also played music there as well. the past couple of summers, so they know you fairly well. I think they were comfortable hiring you.
I'd hope so.
Yeah. So not a bad gig. You're working what? Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays? That's when they need the help?
For now, until I'm out of
Yeah.
school.
And then are you going to work more once? Are they going to have you work Tuesdays, Wednesdays too once school's over?
I don't know. I mean, I like making money, so.
Well, yeah, but do they need the help on? I guess my point is, do they need the help on Tuesdays and Wednesdays?
I don't know.
All right, so here's the deal. Everybody needs to go into the old wine cellar on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, order up food and a glass of wine so there's enough people there so Nora can work a couple extra shifts a week.
Yes.
Deal. Tell them we sent you. Tell them you are there because of the Norah and Dad show. So I think you're fairly lucky because you seem to enjoy what you're doing so far. Your mom and I were in there on Friday night to pick you up from work, and we stopped in for dinner and a bottle of wine, and you looked like really happy, like unusually happy.
What do you mean unusually happy?
Teenagers are never happy. You fit the moody teenager mold. I'll put it that way. But you were smiles and giggles, and you looked very, very in control of what you were doing. And everybody there was like all compliments. They were like, "Oh my God, Nora's doing such a good job." And we were like, "That's great, but like we're not really fishing for compliments for our daughter." And they're like, "No, she's doing like a really great job. She picked things up really quickly, and she's easy to work with, and it's awesome having her here." So whatever you're doing, keep doing it.
I'm just doing whatever they tell me to. So
Rule number one for a good employee: just do what they tell you to. I like that.
I mean, I don't know. I don't like standing around and doing nothing. So like, if there's something that they like, I don't really think they like going down to the basement, which is fine. It's like, because I can't make the food, so like it's easier for them to be in the kitchen and for me to go do stuff.
You can in 4 weeks.
I'm fine doing the stuff that nobody else wants to do.
You got less than 4 weeks. You got 26 days.
Then I can drive. No, I can't.
Until you can. Well, you got to pass your test first. Although you're doing well, I would say.
I'm just not good at parking.
We're going to work on parking. That parking is hard.
Your car's too big.
I have a big SUV. But the parking is hard. But you're getting the driving down pretty well. I find myself looking to grab onto things less and less every time you get behind the wheel. So that's good.
I parked well yesterday.
You did not do bad yesterday. Tonight, not so good. But we're working on it.
It's a tiny parking lot.
It's a work in progress. And you've only been driving for like a month. And so when you're still a ways off from being able to actually like sit and take your driving test. You got a ways to go. So we're gonna keep working on it. I think you're doing very well with the driving. We're gonna work on the parking. You got to learn how to parallel park because that's on the test. So
is it still on the test? Because I've heard people say it's not on the test anymore.
All right. Well, you still got to learn how to parallel park because at some point you're gonna have to be able to do it.
I need to learn how like parking garages work too.
Yeah, all of the above. So you're happy with the job of choice. I know you were talking about maybe babysitting for the summer, and you were talking about some other places around town. You're happy with kind of where you ended up for the summer?
For now. No, I'm kidding. I like it a lot.
Just in case Mike and Carrie listened, you better say you love it.
I do. I told you that. I love it.
I know.
It's so fun.
In comparison, I mean, I think back to when I was your age and like the doozy jobs I held when I was in high school. Like I was a telemarketer for 4 days because it paid really well. I think it paid like $6 an hour, which back in 1988 or 89 was a lot of money for a part-time job. And I lasted 4 days and got fired because I couldn't sell anything. That was an awful job. I was selling newspaper subscriptions to people over the phone. In 4 shifts, I made one sale, and it was to someone who didn't speak English. That was the one sale I made. And when the supervisor came on the phone to verify the sale, they were like, "This person does speak English." And I was like, "Yeah, but they said they wanted to buy the paper." And then I got fired.
You took advantage of them.
Well, I was feeling a lot of pressure to sell newspapers because everyone else was, and I was the only one that could not make a sale. And so there was a lot of pressure to keep my job because I needed a summer job, and I got fired. So from there, I ended up at Paul's Run Nursing Home, bussing tables in the dining room. It was like an assisted living facility, and part of my job was getting the residents that weren't mobile enough to get them from their apartments down to the dining room for dinner. I worked the dinner shift. And one in particular, in retrospect, she probably had Alzheimer's or was senile or something, but she never had clothes on. And so when I would go to her room to get her, I would knock on the door and I would say, Mrs. Whatever, it's John from the dining room here to bring you for dinner. And she would say, oh, come on in. I'm almost ready. And I would open the door and she would be standing there like not a stitch of clothing on, nothing, no underwear, no nothing, just buck naked.
Well, that's fun.
Not really. And the other fun part of that job was that we also were responsible for washing the dishes in the kitchen, which was this industrial strength dishwasher, and they wanted us to sort the dishes as quickly as possible. So we would get a bucket of ice water to numb our hands in, so that when the dishes came off, it was like the dishes ran through a conveyor belt, and that's where they got washed, and they would come off the conveyor belt. They'd be like glowing red hot from the heat from the dishwasher, and we'd have to numb our hands in ice water to unload the racks of dishes as quickly as possible.
That's fun.
Yeah, no gloves, no nothing. Just keep numbing them hands in the ice water so you don't burn the skin off your hands. So that was fun. And then I had a couple of jobs in warehouses unloading trucks, and that was fine. It was hard work, but they were the best of the lousy like summer jobs I had in high school and college.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah, so if you find a job that you like and you're happy with, you should be like thankful and you should relish it and enjoy it.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. So do you have big plans for all the money you're going to make this summer? And I mean, the plan is you're going to keep this job through the school year next year and just keep rolling on through with this job, right?
Yes.
So big plans for all the money you're going to make?
I'd like to save up for a car eventually.
Good for you. And then, with a car comes things like
car insurance
and gas and repair costs and all those things that go with the responsibility of owning a car.
I'm aware.
Fun stuff. How does it feel to be a member of the workforce?
Fun.
That's all you got to say? Fun?
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, breaking news. Norah says working is fun.
I don't know.
I mean, you've been at it for 3 days, so it's hard to say. But you haven't quit yet, and you're going back this week for more work, so.
Yes, I am.
Yeah. So if you find yourself, listeners, in Olmsted Falls and want to stop in for a beverage or a bite to eat at the Old Wine Cellar, say hi to Norah. Tell her you are fans of the podcast. They're open, Tuesdays through Saturdays, right? They're closed Mondays and Sundays.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. And then live music on Thursdays, soon to be Fridays and Saturdays, including July 22nd, when Norah Marie will be playing music at the Old Wine Cellar. Come July 22nd, especially when Norah will not be waiting tables, but will be the entertainment for the evening. And then June, what is it at Cracker Park? Do you know? June 4th, June 5th?
No clue.
What's that Sunday? I gotta look at a calendar. June 5th at Crocker Park in Westlake, Ohio, from 4 to 6. You'll be playing music there as well, and other gigs around town this summer. So you will be a busy girl this summer.
I'll be making lots of money. Making
that bank. I love it. I love it. I gotta start charging you rent.
No.
You're just gonna wake up one morning with a bill under your door.
You start charging Donovan rent too then?
No, he's not working. You can afford it now. You're a big working girl.
How much we talking?
$1 million.
That's a lot.
Because, I mean, that's what it's, I mean, that's, you live with us. Like, it's invaluable. There's no price you can put on living with your mom and me. Mm. So it's worth every penny.
I see.
Silence on the other end. Any parting words about your awesome new job?
No. I just like it.
Your feet feel better today? I know you're complaining about sore feet from being on your feet so long.
I'm just not used to it.
Yeah, you'll get used to it. It's a lot. I mean, it is. It's being on your feet for a 4 or 5 hour shift is a lot, but you'll get used to it.
That I will.
Yeah. You get COVID yet from your work shoes?
Oh, I forgot about that. Don't remind me.
We stopped
Blech.
in. Nora was complaining after her shift on Friday that her feet were killing her. So
And
we
they
stopped
were.
in, and they were. So we stopped in at Skechers Saturday morning to see if we can get her. She found some boss looking Skechers working shoes on the internet. So we stopped into our local Skechers store, and we went to check out at the register. And the girl just, I mean, she like snot sneezed right into the palm of her hand and then went right on packing up your shoes.
Do not remind me.
It was really, really, really. You said it was like dripping off her hand.
It was.
She rolled right on. I think I was too stunned to do anything about it. I was just, I think I was looking at her like slack-jawed. Like, did you really just like in the middle of a pandemic sneeze, like blow snot right into the palm of your hand and then go right on fondling the shoes that we just bought? Yeah, no, she did. I watched her do it. So yuck. So no COVID yet from your new work Skechers.
No comment.
Were the shoes comfortable at least?
Yeah, they're fine.
Oh, okay. Okay. Did your feet hurt less yesterday than they did on Friday?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I guess worth it then, despite the yuck. Aside from at the Old Wine Cellar, where can people find you if they want to find out more about you?
At Nora Marie Music.
All over the place. You can find me at John Hyman everywhere. I'm Dad. This is Nora. This is the Norah and Dad show. We're going to try to be better about recording every week. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. So hopefully we'll see everyone next week. Everyone have a great week, Nora, and we'll see everyone soon. Take care. Love you, kiddo.
Bye.